Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel. Hope you guys have had a good weekend. It's always a little bit boring when Chelsea are not on, but I've been on a nice little trip, nice little holiday. Hope you guys have had a good week too, and Chelsea are back next weekend. April is a massive, massive month for Chelsea, and a lot of what we're going to talk about today is going to be heavily impacted when we see Chelsea play. Reece James is injured again. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk Noni Madueke and Mudryk. Not just because Noni Madueke was absolutely fantastic yesterday for England under-21, scoring and assisting to man of the match in England under-21's 4-0 win over France in just 20 minutes. If you can hear a load of music and stuff behind me, there's some like Balinese ceremonies going on, and it's also Ramadan, so there's like a mixture of mosques and ceremonies going on behind me, but maybe it's a nice distraction for you, I don't know, but it's nice for me to at least witness it here. First of all, in this video, I want to talk about Reece James, who has left the England squad due to an issue with his hamstring. This is a major issue for Chelsea. It's not just a major issue for Chelsea, it's a terrifying issue for Reece James, for many different reasons. Whenever any player, whether they're world-class, elite level like Reece James is, or just your standard professional footballer, any reoccurring injuries can have a serious impact on the longevity of your career. Take a look at Michael Owen, prime example. Injury, and then before you know it, his career dwindled down after winning a Ballon d'Or, and it gets to a point where Michael Owen was the what-if striker that could have been if he wasn't injured striker. It's the same scenario here with Reece James. He was sent home from the England squad due to precautionary reasons regarding the hamstring issue. Now the thing is, Reece James is picking up these injuries both in games and now apparently, clearly, in training sessions as well. The issue with this is that Reece is probably going to have to end up having surgery to fully repair or replace, whatever it may be, the issue with the hamstring. Now what this will do is, of course, leave Reece James on the sidelines for a significant period of time. Whenever there is a surgery for a player, there is never the guarantee that they come back the same. However, at the moment, as we keep seeing this pattern emerging of Reece James coming back, gets into good form, injured again, it's rinse and repeat. The cycle keeps on moving. At this point, I think maybe the best thing is for Reece to go and have surgery. It means he probably won't play again this season for Chelsea, might not even make pre-season depending on how it goes and the severity of what needs to happen. I'm not the guy, you know, there's a reason why I got like a C in biology, I think an ungraded in chemistry, but I was very good at physics. So I'm not here to tell you exactly what it is. And at the moment, I'm not sure if anybody knows the exact pinpoint part of the hamstring that Reece James has the major troubles with. So it's a hard one because as Chelsea fans, we know when Reece is fit, he's probably the best footballer at Chelsea Football Club. At least in my opinion, I think Reece James is our best player. He's our future captain. But in order to protect him long term, I think we need to put him in surgery now. If we need to see how it goes now he's come back to Chelsea, I'm sure over the course of the next few days we are going to hear about whether or not it was Southgate sending him back as a precaution. But at the end of the day, I think Reece James is probably he is the best right back, no questions, in the England squad. Didn't feature in the win against Italy, and it's not looking good for Reece James. I really hope that it's something the club can sort, not just for the immediate, but for the long-term career of what could potentially be one of the best right-backs ever. I think Reece has got that potential. It's a massive statement to make, but having seen him play, seeing how important he is, Champions League winner too. Reece James, we hope to see you back on the pitch as soon as possible. Now, two players at Chelsea Football Club who have not been on the pitch anywhere near as much as A, fans would have expected, B, many fans would have liked, and C, as much as they would have liked either. Mudryk, Ukrainian Mudryk, Noni Madueke of England's under-21s and Chelsea Football Club. First of all, we're going to start with Mudryk. He did an interview where as soon as I heard he was doing an interview, I think a lot of you probably thought the same. We're thinking Lukaku situation. Please don't go out there in the media, Mikhailo, and say anything that could possibly end up seeing your career at Chelsea go down the proverbial pan the way that Romelu Lukaku's did. I've not yet seen the full interview, but one thing I do know is when asked what colour London is, he comes out and says to Zinchenko that London is in fact blue. Good answer. We don't want to see any kind of flirtations towards the potential Premier League champions Arsenal. Yes, we know. Arteta wanted you. You wanted Arsenal. Chelsea, slightly bigger fish. They come knocking on the door, cough up the money that Shakhtar Donetsk won, and lo and behold, Mudryk is a Chelsea player. He's not an Arsenal player this January just gone. And since then, we saw an incredible opening half an hour debut against Liverpool. We saw an unpromising, I'd say, game against Borussia Dortmund in the first leg where at half-time, I think he got hiked off. Wasn't good from Mudryk. My issue with Mudryk is, as a fan right now, he is so raw that we have an expectation because we've spent all that money on him and we know what he can do when he's firing. We think he should be doing this all of the time. Now, in Graham Potter's mind, in my opinion, at the age that he is, coming to the Premier League, having not played much football for a couple of months before signing, I think Graham Potter is trying to ease Mudryk in gently. Whether or not this is a good thing is a game-by-game discussion for Chelsea fans. When we're struggling against Everton, we invite all the pressure on, all of the substitutions are defensive, yet we don't see out the game. It's so easy for Chelsea fans to come out and say to Graham Potter, and I think rightly so in a game like this, Everton are not the best team in the Premier League. Instead of sitting with a 1-0 lead at Stamford Bridge, kill them, destroy them, bring on a player when you're winning, when confidence in the team is high. Bring a player like Mykhailo Mudryk off the bench to hurt Everton more. Everton would have been coming at Chelsea, which they did, and scored 2 goals. Then you have the blistering pace on the counter to allow Mudryk to penetrate. You got the game against Leicester where slowly, it took him a long time to get into it. Second half, moves position, goes from being the most central figure over to the left-hand side. What do we see? An assist for a brilliant goal from Mateo Kovacic. Mudryk grew into that game. Now, when we look at especially the Everton game, and I didn't really want to talk about the Everton game, but when we talk about Mudryk and Madueke, Noni Madueke for England under-21s, a goal, 2 assists, perfect with his dribbles, and won, I think, most of his duels in the game as well. In 20 minutes, he got himself man of the match. And this isn't against Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, there's a bird trying to get involved now as well. This is against the France under-21s. He goes away with the Man of the Match award. What is it right now that Chelsea are doing which sees us leave £100 million of incredible potential talent on the bench when we're playing Premier League football? I don't know what this is. And I think with Madueke, my concern is that a lot of what I'm saying here is conflicting because Graham Potter, in my opinion, over the course of the next couple of weeks, he has to use Mudryk because Mudryk is registered in the Champions League squad. Mudryk has hurt Real Madrid before, and he could be up against Dani Carvajal, who is significantly older, nowhere near as fast, and Mudryk could tear him to shreds, which could be Chelsea's gateway to beating Real Madrid. So Mudryk's got to feature more. Will he? We'll wait and see. But I think Graham Potter, there's a lot of eggs at the moment, a lot of potential baskets, and I think there is the potential that Graham Potter looks at this Real Madrid tie and thinks we need to go with experience in a game like this one, which could see Mason Mount reintroduced again. You've got Raheem Sterling there. I think Mudryk is the key to beating Real Madrid. I think we have got to go there knowing that they are one of the most organised teams in the world, the most experienced team in this competition. There needs to be some curveballs that Chelsea throw at them. And the reason why a lot of what I'm saying here, saying that I want to see these 2 players out on the field, Madueke and Mudryk, with Madueke, he's not in that Champions League squad. And I think Potter will aim for continuity. We have got so many games in such a short period of time that yes, we will see rotation, but in the next 3 Premier League matches before that first leg against Real Madrid, Graham Potter needs to try and build some momentum with the same team. And tell me if I'm wrong here in the comments. It's why I wanted to discuss this today. Do we try and play with the same players for multiple Premier League games in a short period of time before that Real Madrid game? Or do we just try and keep everyone as fully fit as possible and then try and attack them and deal with Real Madrid with in-game substitutions? Is Mudryk the answer right now, starting games in the Premier League? I think he'll be the answer against Real Madrid. Is that from the beginning or is that from the bench? There is so many things to discuss here. But as well as that, it's so easy for Chelsea fans especially to look at that performance against Everton and think £100 million basically of talent, young talent in attacking areas on the bench. Why? That is the big question. What is it that Graham Potter's worried about when it comes to trying to defend Leeds at home? Chelsea have started scoring again. Don't nullify us. Don't stub our tails here. We've got to try and attack teams, and that is what I want to see when Chelsea are back next weekend. Mudryk, we're going to look more into the interview when it's released in more depth. I don't think it's released right now. I've not really seen too much shouting about it, apart from the London is Blue thing where we've seen the conversations with Zinchenko. But yeah, Noni Madueke killing it for England under 21s. I focused less on him a bit today and more on Mudryk because it's an under 21s football game. It is not the senior level. Obviously, there's so many talented under 21 players, but it's not the same. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the involvement of both Mudryk and Madueke in the comments down below. The reason I think they have both struggled to really hit the ground running at Chelsea is because of an underlying issue when it comes to not having a striker, expecting link-up play with wingers between strikers. None of that is there. Since Eden Hazard and Diego Costa, that we have not seen a winger link up with the striker at Chelsea. Why? Because we don't have a proper striker. In the summer, we need a proper striker, and then watch Mudryk and Madueke cook. Gonna wrap it up here with that. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you are new, and let me know your thoughts on both of these two players and Reece James, of course, in the comments below. Come on, you Blues.